everyone, it's Emma from Lychee Pink Planner and welcome back to this week's Prattle and Plan with me. I've got an array of things out in front of me. I do just need to mention, you may have worked out, my candle isn't real. Woohoo! I invested in, now I hope I pronounce it right, is it a Lumiere?
Luminara.
Because whenever I think of Lumiere, I think of the candlestick from Beauty and the Beast. But I think it's a Lumiere, and I brought it off eBay because eBay were doing a discount of, 15% off with certain sellers, and I got this for a bargain price of about £20, which I know is expensive for a fake candle, but it's far cheaper than a new TV. Say no more. So, I've got some bits and pieces out in front of me. I've already started to do a little bit of my plan with me, again because I'm trying to cut down the length of my videos. I've got something here from a haul. It's only a small little one. This is from Grace at Oodlemadoodles. This is something that we spent a little bit of time chatting about. They are lateral flow tests. I have to test my son twice a week because he's in a secondary school. If you're a frontline worker working in retail, in the NHS, if you're in the police, many offices are also now actually asking people to do that. It's now a twice weekly thing. If you've got more than one person in the family that needs it done, you all kind of need to keep a track of it. They're pretty, they're not too over medical. Because I think many of us have planners because we like the decorative element to it. So I think these are a really nice kind of like in between. I have some retro airmail, and I brought these off eBay. You may be wondering what these are. These are prepaid airmail envelopes. They were very, very popular, and the last airmail envelope was produced in the late 1990s. That was the last time that you could buy them. Now, I've actually checked on the Royal Mail website. Because they are paid for, they are considered tender, and you can still post these if you want. The same with old stamps. I had a beautiful package in the peak of the lockdown that somebody sent me, and it was full of these stamps, and they were just absolutely beautiful. It's obviously been somebody's stamp collection at some point, and they ranged from like half a penny all the way up to stamps that I'd never even seen that were ever produced in the UK, some dating back to like the 1950s, and they're still legal tender. The reason why I brought these is there's a little bit of a link to what I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. I brought these because I wanted to type out a letter to the godfather of typewriters, Mr. Tom Hanks. Now, I figured that Tom Hanks would appreciate something retro-ish, and that from the UK, I thought I would, add a little bit of Britishness to it. So I brought these too. Well, since they arrived, we've obviously had that interview. I'm not sure if sending this little snippet of history is going to be a good choice after all. I will be writing a letter to Mr. Hanks on this one. Now, apparently, I can't confirm if it's true or not because, it hasn't happened to me yet. But if you type a letter to Tom Hanks, he will respond and send you a brief typed letter back. All you have to do is pop in a self-addressed envelope and he will write something back to you. And I'm just so excited, the thought of getting a typed letter back from the godfather of typewriters, Mr. Tom Hanks, is amazing. Now, when I was looking into the information about Tom Hanks and how he started his typewriter collection... Oh, by the way, I'm not collecting typewriters.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But I do have another one on the way. I will have 3, but I'm not collecting them. Remember, like I didn't want a green typewriter? Shh. We'll just keep it between us, okay? Little secret. Publicly on YouTube. Tom Hanks started his typewriter collection when he was 19 years old.
I probably have 250 plus typewriters in my collection, and I would say that 90% of them are in perfect working order.
I researched a little piece, and one of his favourite typewriters is by the brand Smith Corona. Now, Smith Corona is an American brand. The typewriters did come over here. There are a few still over here. Mostly you find them in very, very good condition. They were very, very well built machines. They are very, very cool. They are definitely they go into the more cool end of typewriters versus the classically designed. So after I got prattling on and looking about Tom Hanks and his typewriter fascination and stuff, it then reminded me of one of my favourite films, which is Forrest Gump. I'm sure many of you have watched Forrest Gump. I mean, Forrest Gump, believe it or not, came out in 1994. The film Forrest Gump is now 27 years old. 27. How did that happen? How is Forrest Gump, the film, now 27 years old? What's happened? I mean, okay, we've had Corona. I mean, that feels like that's gone on for absolutely ages. But 27 years, can you believe it? 27 years. That shocked me. And I then went and did a little bit of digging, and I didn't realise, I fully admit, that the gentleman who wrote Forrest Gump, Winton Grimm, he then actually wrote another book after the film was released in 1995, and it's a book called Gump and Co. In that book, he revealed what Jenny died of. Now, I remember watching the film several times, and I have watched it again this week, and I assumed that Jenny died of AIDS. But no, it was actually revealed that she died from hepatitis C. It's a bit of a cheery little fact for you there. But I, you know, just putting it out there, just letting you all know. Yeah, so the follow-up book, Gump and Co., was written in 1995. Shall we get on with some planning instead of me just, you know, running on nonsense? So, let's fold this up. I will be writing this to Mr. Hanks. Let's get this out of the way. Gonna need them because I've got to test my son a couple of times. As you can see, I've already started to try and get, you know, a bit of a head start on this. I don't feel that you really need me to show you how to lay these stickers down. If you want to see me lay down some of these layouts, which is made by Oodlemodoodles, I do have a couple of other videos where I go through laying them out from start. I genuinely have no idea what is going on from day to day this week. It's a good job I planned some things because I don't think I would know where I was supposed to be or when. And to be fair, if it weren't for the fact that my planner has my name in the front. Sometimes I don't quite think I'd remember who I was. You may have noticed that sometimes on my videos I might go, you know, hi, welcome back to Lychee Pink Planner, and then not say it's Emma from Lychee Pink Planner because I've just forgot who I am. Right, moving on from that strange little confession, let's get some more stickers down. In you come, Joan. Gonna get rid of my old things. Off we go to the typing part. Here we go. Oh no! My non-flammable candle's not in shot. I love that I can do that. That looks odd there. I was gonna hit into that, innit? She's gonna go there. I haven't got to worry about burning anything. Oh, and just should anyone be wondering, I have not burnt anything this week at all, apart from the rice that I made for dinner the other day. But that doesn't count because it wasn't with a candle. Off we go. Joan!
No! God, please, no! No! No!
I'll put that on in a minute. So I've just printed off a picture of Tom Hanks. I'm going to attempt to peel the back off and stick this in my planner. Now I cut it all kinds of funny angles just because I felt a little bit creative. There we go, Mr. Hanks. So it's actually a couple of hours later. I will admit I'm not overly happy with how the picture kind of like laid down, but nevertheless he's in there now. Maybe, do I just take the picture out? Let's see. I wonder. I'm not sure how well this is gonna, I think this might be a tweezer job. Let's have a look. Definitely getting somewhere. No, it's starting to pull the design off. Well, there we go. So I've just wrote a little bit here. I literally just put this big I've been planning on writing to Mr. Tom Hanks, telling him about Joan, a little bit of history about Tom Hanks, because obviously that then linked in to one of my favourite films. I hope you like this spread. I think it's very beautiful and it's just so lovely to see all of the daffodils around. I'm going to include some images for you of the area that is close by to me. Now these are going to be some images that were taken last year just before the official lockdown. I haven't been able to go and see the area in full. My son's school is nearby, but not that local for me to actually be able to go and do it. It's an area, and they call it Little Holland, and it's Spalding, and they grow tulips and daffodils, and they grow them to produce the bulbs, and the fields are just so beautiful, so beautiful. And I will admit I'm quite missing not seeing them. Sometimes I would like pick up my son and then just go for like a quick drive just to go and see these fields and fields and fields of daffodils and then tulips later on in the year. Just stunning. Anyway, I hope you like those pictures and I hope you like this spread. Please comment if you kind of like this slightly more shorter version of video. It would really help me gauge on what type of prattle and plan you like. I hope you all have a lovely week. Take care everybody. Catch you next week. Take care. Bye bye. Waiting a couple of seconds until the camera stops wiggling. I hate that. Okay. One of his favourite typewriters is... Should we try that again, shall we, Ducky? I wonder when the dog will finish barking.